Hello, I'm back again to share with you some exercises that I will do in the mornings when I'm not feeling very motivated. Um, I know with my loss and my grief, sometimes there's restless nights. Sometimes you have dreams of your loved ones that you've lost, and you just want to go back to sleep and experience their presence again. And you may have responsibilities, people who are waiting for you to get yourself out of bed and help them with something, whether it's in your family or business or work. And um, to help get the energy to do that, to move through the moments of, um, in Ayurvedic world, kapha imbalance is the term that's used when you're feeling the momentum of just being stuck. Um, some activities to help free that and create some energy and motivation for your day can be helpful. So, one of my favorites are very simple sun salutations. So, we're going to start just imagining that you are in bed. So, here you are. Maybe this is you right now. Maybe you are still in bed and you don't want to get up. And bringing your knees into your chest, rolling back and forth a little bit, and some reclined cat-cow, putting your hands on your knees. Maybe you lift up a little bit, you lift your legs up, point and flex a few times, rolling back down, one knee, right knee into the chest, left leg extended. You can start to feel your energy and the opening, the release of that kapha, and building a little bit more fire or pitta energy in Ayurvedic terms. And then we'll switch. We'll bring our left knee in, stretch our right leg out. Nice opening on this side. Breathing as you're doing this, always filling with breath. Breath will bring energy. It brings nice calming energy. Helps maybe regulate any frenetic energy that you might have. And then rocking yourself back and forth a few times. Starting to wake up your spine. You can roll yourself forward and then come into a tabletop position. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. I invite you to do this a little bit more organically if that feels good to you. If linear is good and you just want to go back and forth with cat and cow, go ahead and do that. But sometimes rolling out of the hips and the shoulders really can help bring you into your own body, letting you own your day, letting you own your experience. And then we'll slowly move our hands forward just a bit, and then curling your toes under, we'll lift up into a downward dog. Feeling a nice wide shoulder stance, putting your attention on that point of the V on your hand between your thumb and your forefinger, lifting your tailbone up to the sky as you press back in and breathe. Feel free to walk this out if you like, bending one knee at a time. Again, if you want to move your hips and bring hip rolls in here, that's fine too. Whatever you need to bring your own energy to define your day. And when you're ready, go ahead and tiptoe your feet up to your hands, letting yourself just hold in this forward fold for a moment. And you may at this point, because you just got up, want to bend your knees, right? Don't need to strain yourself first thing in the morning or first thing in the afternoon or wherever it is you're getting your day started. Letting your belly rest on your thighs, dropping your hands. You can either let them fall to the floor or hold on to each elbow.
Maybe sway side to side gently here. And then very slowly letting your head just hang. So letting it bob a little bit left and right, up and down, bending your knees a little deeper. Just using your hands to walk up your legs. You're going to come to an upright position, letting your head be the last thing to come up. And let's just pause in mountain pose here, Tadasana. Spreading your toes wide. Maybe rock forward and back a little bit. Finding your center point. This is your grounding. You're grounding, you're getting ready for your day. You're being gentle and compassionate to yourself. You're letting yourself know that it's okay to feel sad right now. It's okay to want to not do anything. And it's also okay to move through it. It's okay to make time to come back to how you're feeling right now, if that's something that you need. And feeling grounded, steady, letting your shoulders balance over your hips. Your hips are balancing over your ankles. Maybe you have a little bit of a bend in your knee. Letting your arms fall down, feeling your shoulder blades back behind you, letting them drop down a little bit here. And then we'll take a nice deep breath in. Stretching, feeling your feet connected as your fingers rise up. You can bring your gaze up if that feels good, but if it feels better to keep it forward, that's okay too. And then we're going to bend our knees, and as we exhale, let ourselves just fold back forward. And notice that feeling of energy in your back as you're doing this. Feeling that release. Inhaling, and then coming to a halfway lift. Exhaling, and coming back into a forward fold. Bending your knees, coming back up, pushing into the earth to lift yourself up. And then exhaling, your hands to heart center. I like to do a number of these in the morning, just simple sun salutations. Sometimes you can go faster, or feel free to keep it slow. Exhaling as you go down, inhaling to halfway lift. Exhaling as you forward fold. Inhaling as you come back up to stand. Exhaling your hands back to heart center. And pausing again to feel that sensation of the energy shuffling and moving in your body. Sometimes I like to do this as a swan dive. So arms outstretched, maybe even a little behind you as you fold forward with your arms behind. You can bring your hands back behind your ankles if that feels good, into a deeper forward bend. Inhaling, back up. Exhaling your hands to heart center. Feel free again to pause the video and to just do as many sun salutations as feels good to you. The more you do, the more energy it brings. We'll do one more here. Exhaling. Inhaling. A little bit of a back bend here, pressing in, lifting up, lifting through your chest here, letting your gaze come back a little bit behind you, and then very gently coming back, lifting your torso so you don't crank your neck, and then coming forward. And again, you may notice what do you feel sensation-wise in your body here. We're going to come into blown palm now. We'll take a nice deep breath in. We'll grab your right wrist with your left hand and feel yourself standing, maybe pressing in with your right foot a little bit more as you lift up on the right side and bend over towards the left. It doesn't have to be a dramatic move. You're just feeling the pressure of your foot pushing down, coming up the side of your body, opening up that right side. And breathe here a few times. Maybe you're feeling sensations in your hips, in your ribs, under your arms. Breathing yourself back up to center. We'll do the other side. So you'll take your left wrist with your right hand, pressing into your left foot to lift up and fold gently towards the right. Again, creating a nice extension here in the left side. Breathing in. Few breaths here. Noticing what you feel. Coming back up to stand. Hands back to heart center. We're going to take our legs wide here. And if you have a block handy, bring it along. Or if you have a stack of books, it can be nice to have that in front of you. And we're going to fold. So if you're at 180 degrees here, you're going to fold forward so that your back is parallel to the earth. And then bring your hands onto your books or your blocks. And feel the support of that beneath you. Find whatever height works for you. You may want it to be a little bit lower. This is entirely more about the length of your bones and your anatomy. It has nothing particular to achieve here. It's just to find what feels right to you. And then we're going to take our right palm underneath our face and bring your left hand to your lower back. So I'll show you this direction. And you're going to rotate your body towards the left. And you'll feel some opening here. You'll feel sensation. And just notice it. Notice the connection of your feet to the earth. Notice what your knees are doing. If they're hyperextended, gently bring a micro bend to them. Feeling your tailbone shooting out towards the wall behind you. Maybe using your left hand to press into your lower back. Feel free to take a deeper twist if that feels good. If it doesn't, just stay where you are. If you want, you can raise your left hand so you've got a straight line from your right hand up to your left fingertips. And opening up here, twisting, getting rid of stagnation, bringing in space for new energy. We'll exhale, you'll bring that left hand down, and then you'll do the same thing on the opposite side. You'll have your left hand on the block, bringing your right hand now to your lower back, rotating your torso so that you are looking the opposite wall. Again, checking in, feeling your feet really connected, feeling your left palm connected, letting your back of your legs extend as your tailbone pushes to the wall behind you. Feel the sensations of that energy. Inhaling in, maybe rotate a little more. Lift that right arm up if that feels good to you. Breathing here. After a few breaths here, you can bring that arm down. And if it feels okay, you can bend your knees slightly and bring your elbows down so that you're coming into a wide-legged forward fold here with your hands maybe on your feet, or feel free to keep them on the block. If you'd like, you can rest your head on a block here, bending your knees as much as you need to feel an opening in the back of your leg. whatever version of the fold works for you. And then we'll gently bring ourselves into a wide-legged halfway lift. Bring your heels in a little bit so that your feet are at an angle, and let your knees fall out towards your toes and come into a Malasana squat. If Malasana squat is not comfortable for you, take blocks and place it under your tailbone and come to sit this way. And you can bring your elbows to the inside of your knees or your thighs, hands to heart center, kind of pushing into each other. Again, one of our intentions here is to feel that energy building. So notice that. Notice your tailbone connected to the blocks. If you're sitting on blocks, or maybe you just feel the energy of the tailbone sinking towards the earth with gravity, opening gently the thighs by pushing the elbows in, lifting the chest up. Exhaling, bringing your hands back down. You can push your blocks away if you have them, and then just come down to a seat. We'll have our legs out in front of us, and we'll bend our right knee. Take your right knee over your left. Take a nice inhale in. Exhale. Bring your left hand on your right knee and your right arm behind you and come into a twist here. Again, you want to kind of have your arm help you with your straight back. Lifting, imagining your head coming up to the sky, creating space in your spine as you rotate around that line of energy. And breathe in here. Notice where you're feeling sensation. Are you creating some space here? If you can't breathe well, or if you're very uncomfortable, come back out. It doesn't have to be a deep twist. The goal here is to feel the energy moving. It doesn't have to be a competition to hit a certain angle or a certain level of twist. You'll exhale, do a little bit of a counter twist to the opposite side. Leg back out, and then we'll do the opposite side. So you'll take your left knee bent, bring your left knee over, up, nice breath. Exhale, bringing your arm around to your left knee, left arm behind you for support, lifting and then rotating here. Breathing you in. And then exhaling back forward, and can bring our knees down. We'll come down. We'll do one last exercise for ourselves this morning. Placing your feet wide-legged apart, maybe just hip distance apart, and anchoring your elbows into the ground, aligning your back, so checking that your vertebrae are well aligned in a mat on the floor underneath you, and then pressing into your feet to lift your tailbone up. You can tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. If you'd like, you can clasp your hands underneath you and lift your heels up a little bit higher. If it feels better to you to have your arms down like this, this is also absolutely fine. And breathe in here as you press up. Feeling the opening. Bring your attention to your big toes here and the inner edges of your feet. Checking that you're not rolling out towards the edges of your feet. I know I tend to roll out towards the edges. And then exhaling, rolling one vertebra at a time down to the mat. Lifting our legs up. Point flex a few times. Knees into the chest. Rolling back and forth. And then rolling forward and back. Coming back up to a seat.
coming back up onto our knees. Nice deep breath in. Exhaling. Pressing back into one more down dog. And then walking your feet up. One more sun salutation here. Exhaling, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Deep breath in, pressing into the earth. Filling those lungs with energy. Exhaling. And hopefully creating a little spark of inspiration for you to move on with your day, knowing that I'm sending love and compassion for all that you're feeling. Thank you for joining me today.